The first thing I want to know is, how are you feeling really? I feel like I've been talking to a lot of people lately who've been feeling like bummed out, mistrustful, confused, a little overwhelmed by all the things that are happening in the world. And I'm not normally one to get too involved in world events because I like to keep my focus on what I can actually touch with my own hands. However you're feeling, I want to say, yes, I see it. I get you. Just stop fighting trying to feel that way. Do you get that? Guys get like that where I'm like, I'm feeling upset. I shouldn't feel upset. I should feel grateful. I should feel happy. I'm going to manhandle my mind over to some other way of being in the world. And I'm not sure that that's right. I don't know that we can transform our feelings with our thinking. I heard somebody say the other day that thinking is a form of dissociation. I never heard that before, but I was like, that's very interesting. The minute we go into our thinking, the minute we go into our heads, I'm in the movie of my mind now about what's going on instead of actually feeling what's actually going on. And it cracks me up when people say, well, can you really get things done in 15 minutes a day? I'm like, you are right now. Your whole life is lived in 15-minute increments. So all I want you to do is spend 15 minutes getting intentional about what you're doing, and spend 15 minutes on something that matters to you. Spend 15 minutes on something that matters to you. And what we've got coming up here in the Get It Done Lab is a 90-day sprint to help you make 10K or more from your creativity, from your weird thing. But I know I get a lot of disbelief around that of like, that's not really so. You can't really do that. And I don't like marketing and I don't like sales. Yeah. I hear all the objections and you're right. You don't need another thing. You don't need to hustle. You don't need all the tech. You can find the people who need it and offer them that skill and talent in a way that feels super comfortable for you without having to like start a whole business or make a whole big deal about it. What's your weird talent and skill? The thing that maybe you got criticized for when you were a little kid. I had one client who, she said, I don't know. She goes, ever since I was a kid, like any room I walked into, I was like, this should be rearranged. That should be over there. This should be over there. That should go. I was like, oh, that's an amazing talent and skill. I completely can't do that. And after we worked together, she was also a relationship coach. She was having this like, I've got too many skills. I can't figure out what to do. I don't know. I'm confused. But after we worked for a very short amount of time, she was like, oh, I could offer interior design for high income tech bros who would like to attract a love partner and maybe help them make apartments that don't scare everybody off. All of a sudden now she's got something that she loves to talk about, that she loves to do and share, that she knows will genuinely help people, that she can charge top dollar for because she's working with guys who have a lot of money and she's solving a really important problem for them that they cannot solve for themselves. Oh, right. You know, that's the sound I love. Oh, so what talent or skill would you like to transform into maybe making some money, or even just have it be more present in your life? I've got a free training on Friday that I would love to invite you to. If you go to therealsambennett.com/your weird thing, that's a free training. It's a free opt-in on Friday. I would love to see you there. I've taught this kind of class before, and I use the example of broke ballerina who was able to make 10K almost overnight just by sharing her morning stretching routine. But whatever it is you want to do, maybe you've got something that you like to make. Maybe you do Ria rugs or some kind of handcrafting, and you think, well, I love that and I would love to do it, but I can't charge enough for what that's worth. I mean, it takes me hours and hours and hours. There's no way. Actually, there is. There really, truly is. You may have noticed that things are falling apart a little bit, which means they are reforming. They're falling apart and they're reforming. But that also means that the old rules don't apply. It means you get to make your own rules. You may have noticed that they're coming for some of your rights. You know how you fight that? Money. You be an economic force, they will fuck with you no more. I want you recapturing your own magic. I want you taking these things that you do so easily, so effortlessly, with such compassion, with such insight. You know, maybe you're great at giving compliments. Maybe you're great at saying the right thing to someone at a tough time. Maybe you're great at color matching in a way that nobody has before. Maybe you're great at working with children. Maybe you're great at making gluten-free brownies. I don't know what you're great at, but it's something. My old friend Mary, her superpower is that she could make brownies out of anything. It did not matter. You could give her a block of tofu and two sun-kissed candies, and all of a sudden she would make brownies. It was incredible. So where are the things? What are the things that you love to do that you would love to do more of in your life just for you? And maybe it would be super fun to make some money off it. I took my passion for reading. I took my passion for helping people uncork their own creativity, a slight knack for marketing, and turned it into a business that has made literally millions of dollars since 2009. Not all at once, mind you, but enough to support a person, which is kind of amazing, and a couple other people. And you know, the first, the origin of weird is witchy, is sort of magical and otherworldly. That's what weird means, like the weird sisters in Macbeth. We claim our weird, so we're gonna embrace that weirdness. We're gonna embrace that wildness. We're gonna embrace that maybe slightly anarchical feeling you might be having. We're going to embrace that, screw everybody, I'm just going to do this my way, and engage in a little bit of an experiment to see if we can pull this off. Let me show you, literally, I know so many of these free trainings are like, hype, 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 customer success story, customer success story. No, this is not it. That's not what this is. I mean, do that or don't. I find it incredibly dull, so I just can't, because I can't be bored for that long. But this is an actual training. It's like, no, here's how you would make money off of that. Here would be your plan for that. And then if you're into it, you might join the Get It Done Lab, and we could actually engage in that experiment together for 90 days. And at the end of the 90 days, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to send an email for everybody in the course, not individually, but I'm going to send one email to my entire list saying, like, here's so-and-so who makes giraffes out of straw. Here's Nettie, who knows how to transform your perspective in a flash. Ava, who can make up songs on the spot. So I will expose your work to my entire list. That is something you cannot buy. When I say my list will never be shared or sold or rented, it's never shared or sold or rented. But I'm happy to curate it, to offer my list. When I do things for affiliates, and you've seen that, some people are on my mailing list, and I say, like, hey, here's my friend so-and-so's thing. I usually get emails back from them that say, what are you feeding your list and why are they so responsive? It's been like so many things. It's not really the size of the list. It's the motion in the ocean. How responsive are they? Are they buyers, or are they a bunch of freebie junkies and looky-loos? If there's one thing I know you guys like, it's a new perspective. It's breaking open the world and saying, you know what? The world is not the way you think it is. You're not too sensitive. You're not too talented. You're not interested in too many things. You're not too different. You're not too disinterested in small talk. You're just a highly creative person with a lot of ideas and talents. You were made for this world just like everybody else. You are special just like everybody else, but your version of special is a little different. But I'm telling you, we can take that and we can work with it. You do not have to be like everybody else in order to succeed. In fact, you cannot be like everybody else in order to succeed. You cannot be like everybody else and expect to succeed. You have to be you. You have to be willing to bring your authentic self and your weird, unusual, remarkable talents and skills to the fore. That's what you're here for, is to share your work and do good work. And the world needs it. We're going to talk through how you can take your sacred unusualness, the thing you've been criticized for, the thing you might have wished would go away. And for me, sometimes it's my depressive tendencies. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, but living with lifelong depression gives me a certain depth of feeling, gives me a deep compassion for the suffering of others. It helps me notice when things are good, because they so often aren't inside of my mind. So how can you take the things that, even if you had a choice, you would wish them away, but you can't? How can we take those things and turn those things into something that makes you more successful? And I'm telling you what, whatever happens in the next couple months or years, having an extra couple of grand in your pocket is never going to be a bad thing, right? And I promise you're not going to have to do sales or have a tech stack or make a funnel or get any of that. That's not what this is about. It's about connecting with people who want and need what you have. You're a little bit magic, and the way in which you're a little bit magic can actually bring you great profit. Let me show you how. Thanks, everybody. Great to see you.